Hello everyone, my name is Joseph-Antoine Migdilani. Today I am with Karim Zakher, our portfolio manager. Welcome to our quarterly web capsule. So today, Karim, we have great topics that we will like to talk with our viewers and listeners. But before we start, let's talk about your summer so far. How you're enjoying your summer, Karim?
Other than the weather, that's kind of crazy this summer. You know, with all the rain we've had, we're fortunate not to have been flooded. But I know people who have been flooded, and it's so unfortunate. You know, we go from hot to pretty cold weather, lots of water. But listen, I love summer. I love bicycling. Cycling in the summer. I still go to the gym and work out, and I love being by the pool and swimming in the pool. And you know, the barbecue season is
Good.
It's always fun.
Good.
If you have a good day, good weather.
Exactly. And do you have any? We like to talk about the World Cup a lot at the office.
Well, how was your summer?
It's good. It's good so far.
Okay.
I've traveled with my wife beginning of the summer, and now we're around the house enjoying the beautiful weather. We go outside biking, running.
Yeah.
A lot of outside activities.
You know, we're so busy that we never have time to talk about what we do.
It's true.
Out of the work environment.
Yeah. That's why we have to do these capsules.
Gives us a chance to talk. Yeah.
And any favorite team?
Yeah,
or,
the World Cup.
Yeah?
Wow, what an event! I honestly have never watched as much soccer as this year.
It's a beautiful World Cup. Yeah.
It's an incredible experience. We should do a sports video one of these days. Play by play, what's going on.
That would be good. So let's
back
jump
to finance.
Yeah, exactly. We had a beautiful first half of the year.
Yeah.
The first quarter was a little bit volatile.
Yeah.
It was a little bit negative for some companies and positions in the portfolio. But for the second quarter, we saw a beautiful rebound. What happened?
Well, let's just say that the beginning, other than the war, what's going on in Iran and the US and Israel and all that stuff, what's happening is a lot of investors were concerned about AI companies, the Max 7, putting so much capital investing in their businesses in order to grab market share in the AI domain. What's materialized in the second quarter is that it's benefiting a lot of businesses. So their profits are going up. And as profits go up, stocks go up.
Right.
So there's been a rebound in the market the second quarter of this year. Not to mention that there's also been a rebound in a lot of picks and shovels of AI. Who are the picks and shovels? The utility companies, right? You need them in order to power AI. The infrastructure companies, you got to build data centers. Obviously the software companies, some of them are benefiting. And of course the financial sector is benefiting as well. So all these, it's starting to spread. The growth is starting to spread to other industries, other sectors, which is definitely enabling profit margins to expand. In turn, higher price earnings ratios, in turn, higher stock prices.
Right, well said. And you've briefly talked about the Middle East, Iran, and what do you see? Because it created a lot of volatility, instability beginning of the year. We could feel now that the market is a little bit more immunized to those events. What's your forecast on that?
That's just, so people are unfortunately getting used to the news, the bad news. We become immunized to any event after a certain period of time, which is the case. So the first quarter of the year, people were very concerned. Investors were freaking out a little bit, and you know, markets didn't do so well, even though it went up a little bit. Our portfolios went up a little bit the first quarter, but then the markets rebounded. And I think what's happening is something we call TACO. It's an acronym called TACO. Trump always chickens out. It's very well known. I'm not making this up. And people are realizing that whatever Trump says, they can't really take it to heart because he might change his mind the following day. We'll see what happens with Iran. They want to collect a toll from every ship that passes. I heard that they want $2 million for every ship that passes the Strait of Hormuz in order to repay all the destruction that's happened in the country. So we'll have to wait and see. But one thing is certain, there's going to be a lot of need for materials.
Absolutely. And another or two others key indicator that we always look at for market projections: inflation and interest rate. What's your thought on
Yeah,
that?
so I don't think inflation is going to slow down. The Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve will not cut rates this year. I don't personally see it. That's our personal opinion, not National Bank's opinion, of course. If anything, there may be even an interest rate hike in the US of a quarter point between now and the end of the year. And it's not because of growth in demand. It's because of supply shortages, which is obvious why what's happening. Okay, the straits closed, a lot of supply is being constrained, which has a factor of increasing prices. Increased prices, what we have now, and it's more of a situation of stagflation. Little growth, high inflation.
Canada has been doing very well in the market for the first half of the year, even more than US.
Yeah, slightly more. Simple reason is because Canada has a lot of stuff under the ground that people need. It's a blessing, okay, that we have all this material stuff, such as energy, critical minerals, gold, silver, copper. We have tons of all this stuff. Problem is we can't ship it out so easily because for the last decade, we've had a lot of regulations which was exporting of our materials for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I think now Canada is really focusing on getting this stuff out of the ground, building pipelines, exporting our materials, which will, number one, help the Canadian dollar.
Of course.
By the way, people wonder why the prices are so expensive at the grocery store. It's not because the price of everything is going up, which it is. The Canadian dollar is so low. Canadian dollar is so depressed. If you take the dollar from 70 to 80 cents vis-a-vis the US dollar, that's like a almost 12 to 15% increase in the value of the Canadian dollar. Everything will go down in price automatically. So we need to address.
Do you think the Canadian dollar is going to increase if
eventually it should increase. I don't think it's going to stay at 70 cents. It could stay there for a year or two. I don't know. We could even drop even further. But I think the politics right now that's happening is positive for the Canadian dollar longer term. Longer term. And like, listen, we have a lot of materials. The world needs it. It's not coming out of the Middle East.
No.
So it's got to come out of somewhere. Canada is really in a fantastic position in order to take advantage of it. If they can get their act together in Ottawa, you know, and get it moving. And they seem to be starting. So I'm positive for that.
Good. The question that I always like to ask you every web capsule, what are your projections for the next few months?
Yeah. So we have a midterm election in the United States coming November. Historically, it is a difficult time for the markets. August, September, October, expect a lot of volatility. Now, it doesn't mean you abandon your positions, your portfolio, go into cash. That's market timing, and I've learned my lesson. Do not market time. You're better off positioning in defensive positions and being in sectors that are going to benefit from what's going on in the world. So expect a lot of volatility for the third quarter, and then probably a rebound in the fourth quarter. Historically speaking, technology tends to do very well in the fourth quarter of the second year of the presidential cycle, the midterm election year. So I'm expecting still a positive return into the end of the year. Do not abandon positions. Do not go to cash. We are positioning in a defensive mode in order to make sure that the portfolios are as protected as possible.
Thanks, Karim. Well said. To finish, I would like to say that you did an amazing job because all of our models are positive since the beginning of the year for the portfolio. So if we start with the revenue portfolio up to the max growth, we did very well in general. So I strongly recommend all of our clients to go and look at the statements. I always like to remind you that we are here to assist you for financial planning, estate planning, tax planning. If you have any questions or you would like to put a plan in place, just give us a call and we'll book a meeting with you and be more than happy to help also family members or friends. So wishing you a great rest of the summer and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.